Hey guys, welcome back to Easeldoesitstudio. So today's project is not going to involve resin, but we are going to bling this. It's like a vase, but I'm going to make it a candle holder. So I have this candle here. I've had it forever. I love it. It's kind of yucky on the top. It's wax, so I'll probably end up scraping that off or something. But this is, kind of how it's going to look in there. But I want to bling this out because I want to put this on either on my Lazy Susan or on an end table or something. I just wanted something really elegant looking. So I bought this at Dollar General. It was $5. And I've kind of been playing around like with placement. And I think I know what I want to do. I think. So I've just got to kind of get something just so that it's not going to roll on me. Yeah, that'll work. It doesn't need to be a lot, just enough so it doesn't roll. So what I've done is I've cut 4 rows of these mirror tiles. And I bought a whole big pack of them. So I just folded it in half. I got 4. So I'm going to put this all the way around the top. And then I am going to use this, I don't even know what size this one is, but it's the bigger of the stones, and that's going to go at the top. And then I'm going to do another row at the bottom. So that's where we're going to start. So these are sticky, so those won't be a problem. These, however, are not sticky. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it this way. Or did I want it right on the top? That is... All right, I think we're going to put it right on that little... There's a little tiny lip right here. So I'm going to use my E6000 and hot glue. So that way the hot glue will help it set a little bit quicker. And I have it on low right now. I don't think I'll need it on high, but we'll see. So, and I have this because I've got some other bling that we're going to be adding lengthwise to this. So I did bring this up. I did wash it with soap and water. But I am going to just go around this rim to make sure there was no fingerprints with some alcohol. And hopefully I remember to do it, like each time I go around, add something. So, and my hands are starting to feel better. The splits are starting to completely close. So that is another reason that I'm not doing resin. But the main reason I'm not is we lost power yesterday. We had a dump truck go into a ditch and take out the lines. So we had no power, and then we lost power again last night from the rain. So yeah, it's just, it has been one of those days yesterday that I got nothing done. All right, I'm going to move it up to high just to get it hot. And I'm going to take like a popsicle stick And I'm going to try to put the, I don't want the glue like so thick that it's oozing out, but I do want to have some on there. Just, you know, to kind of make sure that it sticks where it needs to stick. So I'm just going to put a little bit on a stick, pop the cover back on, and all right, let me just slide that back for now. Now I want to make sure that it's on the back. So I'm just gonna kind of, I know I'll end up having to clean some up, but you know, and I'll have to, actually, I'm going to make a bead around it because this is going to take forever. So, all right, so we're getting some glue out now. So what I'll do is I'm going to just put a couple of like beads of the hot glue, and get that on there. All right, let me wipe that off. Oh, I should have probably tried a section before I went live, but you know me. I do everything raw for you guys. All right. And I am just going to cut that sticky part right off. All right, so let's get a little bit of this glue on the rim here. And put the hot glue, and so this one I am keeping this one pulled open. Because this chain, you can have it pulled open or you can squeeze it together like that. So I'm keeping it more open. Okay. Because I do want to make sure, you know, there's enough glue that this stays on. But I figured maybe this, you know, would inspire somebody if they were looking to do something, you know, if they had an old vase that they thought, you know, geez, what can I do with this? Now, don't get me wrong. I do have some old vases that I could have attempted this with first, but okay. And then if I do get any glue on the glass, I'll have to clean it up with some alcohol after. All right, so let's... And I gotta stick that down, but I'm gonna leave that little space so that I know... Actually, let me try to cut this now. And I'm going to take one more diamond off there. That should work. And then I was like, should I use the B7000? So we will see how this holds up. So everything I start, I'm going to start on this point. So that is designated the back of the vase. All right, so let's, yeah. So that looks pretty good. Just going to put that little diamond in my little bucket in case I need more. All right, so where's my back here? All right, I'm going to get my scribe. And just kind of make sure that they are... Oh, sorry guys, I'm off camera here. So I'm just putting my thumb and pressing. That way I know it's right to the top. So they're even all the way around. And where's my single little diamond? Just threw it in here. Right here. Oh. Let's see. I'm just going to get a small amount of hot glue. And I guess I'll do it this way so I don't burn my finger. Hang on. I will figure this out as we go, guys. All right, I'm just going to let that set up. We'll put it in after. I'm going to set it right in my jar. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start sticking these tiles down. And this time, it's a lot because I have something straight in place. I'm able to keep it on a straight line. Now this next one I will have to cut. All right, so this is going to be a little tricky. So I'm going to cut it here. So if we have a gap here, I can let's see. If I do that, is it going to fit? We will see. I'm making sure that I'm pushing those up snug. And here's my knife. Just set those over there. Right at the moment. Because I have this that I think will fit in there. Yeah, so we'll do something like that. Once we get this next row of so yeah, if I were you and I was doing this, do it, and you know, let everything set up in between. So what I'm going to try to do is go around this so I can cut what I need, so I'm not working with the whole spool here. Oh. I think this one right here. Okay. I think this way here, it's just going to make it a little bit easier. All right, so we're going to flop this back over very gently. And we are going to put a tiny bead of the E6000. Try taking my scribe and spreading that. So again, we're going to start where that opening is. You know what? I'm going to switch to the B7000 because it has a finer tip, and it actually sets up quicker. So let's try this. Yeah, I think that's going to be a cleaner, definitely a cleaner finish. So yeah, it has a little bit of stringiness, but we will clean that off. But see how fine of a line I can get? Okay. there. Okay. So now we want to take enough of this that we can fill right there. Okay. And we'll put a row of this down the center. Just like that. Okay. So we have our top blinged out. So now, my other thought was, because I was kind of playing with it in different scenarios, I have to clean that off. But I want this like coming down, and I think I'm going to have 4 of them. So what I wasn't sure is I didn't know if I wanted to do a full 4 rows or like a smaller at the bottom. Because we do the same thing like we did around the top. But, and I had cut that one a little short, so, so I would definitely have to attach, the bottom first. But then I was like, but I think we're going to need at least 2 rows of the mirror tile, even if we went this way. You know, that would be like that. And then my other thought was this. And you know what? I think I like this the best. So let's figure out. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let me take that off. And so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But do I like it with this little dangly bit? So I think if we cut those little bits, I don't know. did it that way. No, but I like this. Or do I put that in there and then do the same there? See, this is, and that's 4. That's way too much. So do we do this? Where's my sticky piece? Just so we can get a visual here. And then that. I cut it in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the one I had already cut in the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 5. Why? Okay. So if I cut that one there, we go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. So what is the difference? No, there is a difference. All right, so that's what we're gonna do. And then I'll figure out this bottom piece after. So now, I think I'm going to have to do it this way so that I can see. Yep. All right. So let's get, this is our back side. So this is where we're going to start it. Move this out of my way, and I'm just going to slowly get that bead going. So, and then I can just run my finger on the bottom to make sure that that's right on the edge. Where's my Q-tip? I was going downhill. Okay. Get the little stringy bits. You ever get to that point where you're like, okay, I'm sick of all my decorations and I want new? Well, that's kind of where I'm at. So I'm like, well, I don't have the money to buy new. So we're just gonna make stuff. Okay. Now that first little bit's already setting up good. So that's one of the pluses that I like about this. Whoa. All right, so that's looking. Okay. Whew. Now, let's cut. I think we're going to go 2 rows of this on the bottom. And let's see. I know I have some cut that are 2s. 1. Really, Michelle? Let's see. So I just want to so we'll just do one more stone. I'm just confused because these are both 5. All right, so we'll go with the 3. So I know I got to cut 2 more, because I think it was 3 that one. There's the 2 I was looking for, but we're going to go with the 3. So we're going to 1, 2, 3. And then we will just take the X-Acto knife. And 1, 2, 3. And then we'll end up cutting some, I know, but all right, so let's find the back. So this candle it's set on a timer. So if you, like I have mine right now, because it's, you know, staying light later. I have mine come on around 6:30, 7 o'clock, and they stay on for either 6 or 8 hours. It depends which ones you get. And then they shut off, but the next day they turn on at that same exact time. Oh, there we go. You know, and then of course, once I wash everything, it's going to be nice and sparkly. Come on. I did not just do that. Did you guys just see what I did? I stuck the mirrors to itself. There we go, my word. All right. Looking good. And Not the same size. It's 3 tiles, but... And it looks like it's gonna fit right there. So this face must kind of have a taper because it looks like this side, the bottom here, is going to line up where the top did not. Nope, we're gonna have the same issue here. Oh, you know what? I got one folded over. Oh. I'm like, why is that not going down? Because let me just get this down. Oh. Things don't always go the way you want them to go. You know that, right? There we go. I was like, when I cut it, I'm like, I know that reached. All right. So now this next row should go quick because we can just go around with the B7000, and I'm just gonna, I just want to pre-measure again so I'm not dealing with the whole row. So we're going to find our seam here. We're just going to make a bead. Okay, I'm going to stick that right on top of that glue. And then we're going to find where we left off. And then we can scrunch them in the back because it's the back. So if it's a little different, it's not gonna matter. But this is what we've got so far. I am loving it. All right, so now, one, two, three, four. So I know I need it longer than this piece. 5. So if I cut it there, all right, so we need it just a smidge bigger than this, but let me, all right, where's my back? All right, so that's my back. It fits there. So directly across, this will be my front. And it fits, just about fits there. So I might have to cut them according to where it is, because in case I went up and down just a little bit. So let's go ahead and we're gonna get this what I can always do is take like a couple of these to finish filling it in. That'll work. Okay. So that's the short one. And that's the long one, which that one works. Okay. So let me glue this. We're going to put some of the B7000. So I'm just trying to, you know, get enough on the back so that it holds it. And then right in the center of the stone. That is gorgeous. But trying to get it as straight as possible. There we go. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this around because I want it to come down the front. Do this one a little bit longer. All right, that's perfect. So now we're going to get the glue. Trying to get enough glue, but not to the point where it's gonna like ooze all over the place. So I guess I didn't need my hot glue gun after all. I thought maybe it would help like keep them in place if they were sliding, but they really weren't sliding. And it's off. Crap. Oh, that's close. All right, so I'll have to fill in the bottom with a couple of little stones, and that's fine. So if I'm going to do that, I should be able to fill in some stones with this one and use this one. Right, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How in the world? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we're going to put that. All right, let's... Perfect fit. Why couldn't I get them all to work like that? All right, so we're gonna get our glue. So I'm holding that one spot with my finger so that I can get everything else glued, and then I'll come back and do that. Yeah, I'm definitely going to go get a big bottle of the B7000 because it sets up much, much quicker. All right. Again, I'm going to stand up to do this. Oh, crud. And where's my Q-tip? I have to get another one. And once I wash it, all right, we have one more to do. Try this. No, that's way too short there. All right. Oh. Okay. Now, Now I gotta wash my hands, are all glue. Okay. And again, stand up. Alrighty. So there is our blinged out, minus the few little pieces we got to add in right here. Let's see. Two and two should be enough. There we go. And there's some tweezers. I think that would just make it easier. And two more. And once that hardens up good, I will clean off the glue, but I gotta let it harden first. Come on. There we go. I'm just going to turn that in a little bit so that it looks full, even though it's not. That'll be fine. That one could use two up there. That one's fine. And that one's fine. All right, so I'll just do 2 up at the top. There we go. And then we'll have our candle in. Let me turn it on. Is it on? Yeah, it's on, but you can't see it because it's, but that is our candle holder. I have one more spot to do, and I think, get this stuff out of my way, and let me find my back right here. And I think that's what I'm gonna do, because I was contemplating this one, that one, or this one. I like this because it ties the mirror tiles and the stones all together. So we're gonna go with this one. So we're gonna just start it there. I have to do it facing it so I don't screw up. And then okay. So this is our blinged out candle holder. And it's morning, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a good light up picture. But I'm thinking I might end up throwing some bling in the bottom. I'm not sure yet, but this is today's video, guys. So let me know your thoughts. And I will try and get this cleaned up and get, you know, some really good pictures for you. So yeah, have a great day, guys. Don't forget, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment. All those little things help my channel tremendously, guys. Alrighty, we'll talk to you later. Bye.